Alright, hello everybody. This is System Chalk with yet another entry into the story of Ike Upscribe, the Apostle Obsonate. As always, if you're enjoying the series, I do video once a week, and if you're not getting notifications for them, do either hit the subscribe button and the little bell beside it, or make sure that the things are selected, and of course, if you'd rather not deal with that nonsense, that's okay too. I will just quickly say that I've got laundry going and a timer for some tea as well as my laundry and whatnot, so this is probably going to have a rather abrupt ending, so I won't spend too much time getting the table set, but it has been a little while between episodes, so I would like to see the state of play, and if any alarms go off in the background, it is because I did not organize my life correctly, and I apologize for that, but that is rather the whole subject of this game. So I notice I've got a dream slot available. Usually that means that there's some disaster ready to happen, but in this case I think we've actually navigated that reasonably well. I seem to remember that we had some blood sent to us, and we wound up buying the 7 graces, but that left us quite short of money. So I believe we're doing as much work as we can, sort of with our physical labor. We should probably wind up doing another painting, however, all of my reputation has been sucked up by the weary detective, so we're going to need a little while for that. But basically, I'm short on books now. The best way for me to wind up getting books will be, well, I mean, I can still go to Moorlands, but I should be doing some more expeditions. And unfortunately, I need money for that, so I think a lot of this is going to be about trying to make money, and most of my means of doing so have actually been sort of chopped off. The other alternative is to try and pursue sort of a higher role at Glover and Glover, but that is going to wind up taking a lot of my time, and so it may not pay as well as some of my other alternatives. Finally, we've got Slee on their way, and that is probably because we suspected... Nope. I think Yzabet, what's going on here? So I suppose there was a starlight attack that we were trying to avoid at some point. We're sending Slee to get an idea about what's happening, but we can only have 2 people in at any given time. But this still doesn't answer the question why I don't have anybody currently, or why I don't have anything in Dreams, so we will take the weight of the white. Oh, I know why. Because we haven't, we don't have our... we'd have our health back. So this thing is going to be back in 60 seconds. Let's spend 30. And we'll get that back. And I think we're ready to unpause now. So we are uncovering sites in the Shires. We are getting fresh air and exercise. Oh yes, that's right. I wanted to raise my physical level. And we have upgraded our followers. So Mega Legion Incantation. They will not forget the savor that I've given them. Violet is now a believer. Violet likes to paint. She has a gift, though she's always been very modest about it. She never puts human figures in her paintings. There are enough people in the world. Alright. Now, Violet is currently my only winter follower, so I think we're going to throw her straight back into the initiation rites and make her a full-fledged disciple. I don't think we have any undesirable feelings to get rid of either, so nothing to throw in there. My follower will kneel as a novice and rise as an initiate. I will administer the necessary oaths myself. And yes, we've already accounted for the other spots. So we'll get some vitality from labor as well as our study. And preparations ongoing. Our immortal enemy is preparing to launch another action. The long needs 3 preparation. Okay, but it doesn't say what kind. Intrigue. Okay. So Grail or Heart, but again, we need one of our people to come back in before we can do anything about that. And we've got Gladwin Lake. Now, I've learned not to read the descriptions for these until I'm well and truly ready, because I wind up reading them 3 or 4 times before we actually wind up going on the expedition, so... But we do have a furtive truth, a detail smuggled in from an adjacent narrative. Don't speak where this may be overheard, and odd nooks remain in the quiet countryside here and there for those who know where to look. So we'll keep adding to our collection, and that's one of the reasons why we will be going down the white door when we can. It's got my health back. We'll go straight through the white door. The others speak little to me, but now they nod when I pass. Here is my pay. So, not much for me to do with work. I just gotta still go to Glover and Glover. I can't afford to lose the job yet. But I am going to be combining these two vitality with the study verb, and then I'll probably wind up studying and doing physical labor again. I feel like I should have more health. Oh yes, now I remember. It's because I was using the health in the study verb. That's why I had less than I thought. Alright, so we'll combine the two vitality that are lower than they should be. Or sorry, with the lower timers, I mean. And if I'm lucky, we'll wind up with another Furtive Truth for more expeditions in the Shires. Failing that, I'll I don't know. We'll see what we can do. In pain we are born, in hunger we are embraced, in delight we are devoured. These are the gates of the body, and this is her promise. Not all that is born decays. In remembrance of that promise, we give ourselves to the feast. Violet is now a disciple. Violet is always very careful. Level 5 Winter. So I believe all of the all of the aspects that we have followers for have at least one disciple. I should probably consider moving some of my people further up. I have a few hangers-on which I'll be able to dump negative emotions in. But then the other argument would be for me to excuse me. I do think I may still have an acquaintance. Yeah, I've got Rhaenyra as an acquaintance. The other argument would be to try and get more people in the cult. Now, what I think I'm going to do, because the Weary Detective is going to be sucking up any mystique or notoriety that I get, I think I'm going to start upgrading some of my existing followers, and then once, excuse me, once the season of once the evidence is gone. Actually, it looks like they're already on considering the evidence, so I could probably afford... Yeah, that's changed, actually. So I'm going to talk about the Forgotten Chronicle because they're not going to be taking any more reputation. Now, if I'm lucky, we'll have Velsine... Nope. If I add a third body, I believe all of the defenses fail. So I think we're just going to have to take it on the chin this time. Otherwise, I'll send Saliba in to deal with the bad guy. Okay. The Long, rather. So bleak thoughts are coming in. I don't think we have anything that's going to generate despair for us. This place merits closer investigation. Lockwood Fen. I think I'll add the Forgotten Chronicle. So one problem you can run into with adding too many expeditions or potential locations is that if you have a rival, they will actually start visiting the locations that you otherwise would have gone to. However, I think it's somewhat unlikely that we're going to have a rival show up anytime reasonably soon, so I'll take the risk, but there is a small problem in terms of the way that I'm handling the sort of the locations right now. As it is, I'm just trying to find something more exciting to do with my explore verb than have a pawn go and visit it. Little wars, great intrigues, cryptic priesthoods, and mystic crimes all pass now, but what traces did they leave? That's the Forgotten Chronicle, a story of a city without a gate, of a queen who was not born, of a war which was not fought. Exploring with a scrap of knowledge may uncover secret locations on the continent. Now, we've got an icy atmosphere. That is going to turn to dread if I don't do anything with it. So let's try something a little more exciting. We can go to Lodge's Sage Knight or Orchard of Lights. Let's see what this Sage Knight has. Some erudition. We could have got a Forgotten Chronicle, but I blew it. I soak up knowledge as a shadow soaks up light. I may be close to advancement. In last night's dream, I was in the lodge of the Sage Knight behind the white door. It is difficult to remember exactly how I came there, and the mistress of this place, the woman with the dark glasses, was nodding as if I had asked her a difficult question. Of course I hadn't. I lost my speech when I passed through the white door. How is it that I can speak, she said to me. I didn't come here through the white door. I'm not proud of what I did to come here, so let me tell you about something else. Now, the erudition will be nice. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that much with it. But we do have enough health to go through the white door again, and we also have enough to be able to do labor. So the clerks file out in silence. I am free for now. But as you've noticed, we're really just covering our costs here. We're not really shooting the lights out as far as generating funds. One of the ways I'll hope to counteract that I'm safe for now. My adversary has not enough evidence to bring a case against me, and they found no new clues. We have a season of visions coming up next, so I want to be a little careful about fascination. So that could have potentially been harmful, depending how things went with our trip through the White Door. I'm ready to grow stronger. Use this lesson learned with your strength skills. So I believe we need a third one. Now I don't have enough health to be able to do something with the study, so I can wait 30 seconds. You know what? I think I'm going to leave the study for 30 seconds. I'd like to do something else with it, but actually, this will be free in 30. Nope, I'll still hang on, because I only need the third vitality. We're very close to getting our lesson learnt, and both of them have a little over 2 minutes available. Come with us, or come with me. So this will generate a mystique. I'm going to be able to turn that into money in the form of a painting. Of course, it's still going to take some effort to build up. Alright, if our enemy repeats a story often enough, it might stick. A heart follower, the stronger the better, might be able to defend against this action. Unfortunately, we don't have any heart followers. In fact, our hanger-on isn't even ready. It's the one principle that I don't have in the cult so far. So this is going to generate some reputation. However, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because the Season of Suspicion's not coming up, and we are looking to make money with painting. So this may be the one case where the long is actually helping me. Oh, and we get an extra vitality. Very nice. The course of the heart. Whenever the principle of heart is implicated, I may gain a vitality. And again, the reason that happened is specifically because we kept invoking heart over and over and over again. So we will combine the two vitality. It's going to take a minute for these two to combine, but at that point we should be able to turn our hardened physique into something even higher. That will mean that I can do the physical labor faster, and then I'll also have an extra health for it. My reputation is no longer entirely my own doing. Okay, so that was just a mystique. Another mystique will generate from talking about the occult. And the season of the clouds part. The wolf despair prowls elsewhere. No dread empowers this despair. It is over for now. But there is now a trembling in the air. The sun flickers like a shadow. Dreams ripple behind the surface of mirrors. I must be careful not to drift from the waking world. And it looks like we're going to get another vial of blood. It's probably a little too early for that. Now, I think I'm going to risk a restlessness here, because that's going to be something that I can paint with. However, I need to make sure that I use it within a minute. So, some dead are lost in the wood, some rise higher, but many, so many, pass the white door into the house and become silent forever. Last night they thronged the entrance. Our mouths were healed wounds. Their eyes roamed my skin. Their hands sought my warmth, but my touch burnt, and they drew back. Their urgency infected me. So I'm doing this purely because I know within a minute I'm going to be able to do some painting. However, if I don't, then that is going to turn to despair. All right, this place merits closer investigation. That's Key Hunter's Garret. And unfortunately, we've got no new leads in terms of exploration. So I could send my pawn out, or I suppose I could try and buy something from Moorlands. Although again, we're short on money, so. Alright, so dream-wise, let's... Yes, I can afford to go through the white door again. Even if we are quite fatigued. The Savorous Blood still has 374 seconds, so I'm going to need to find a way to get rid of the vial. I'll actually be a little curious what happens at Moorlands if I try to sell it again. Because we already got the 7 graces. There are other things that we could do with the package, but this is more experimentation and trying to figure out what specific things happen when I take certain actions. Okay, so we've got an acquaintance. Come with me. I'm not going to use this Forgotten Chronicle for exploration. I'd still like something that I can use. And Clovette, the much-needed heart follower. So with that in mind, we are going to add her directly to the cult. So Clovette. Clovette is a happy in a way that brooks no counter-argument to happiness. You may be able to recruit this acquaintance as a follower. Not Enid. And here we can just use the Mega Legion incantation. So this one is ready. We only need the higher, levels for higher ranks. So we only have 5 more minutes on this, but at the very least we should be able to get our... Alright, Isabet's out. Sorry, for some reason I thought it was Valsine, but it was Isabet. Valsine is sitting here. Now, with luck, Slee will give us a little intelligence on what's headed our way. Now, the timing on this was fairly important. If I was at the work site, I wouldn't have enough time to be able to do the painting. The one thing that I didn't quite have... Oh no, I got that as well. So we've got the 2 Mystique. It's not great. It would be nice if we had a little bit more reputation to throw at the problem. But we should still be able to see something out of the painting. The one thing that's not so great is that when it comes to what's going to happen with the painting, I'm not going to be able to afford paints to make it better. And so it may be that this winds up as a little bit of a dud. Although, come to think of it, maybe I can use the blood in the painting. Intriguing possibilities. Okay, well, let's get things underway. So we'll use our Fevered Imagination, Phantom's Ride, and My Waking Mind. So we don't have the 4 lessons learned, nor do we really need them right now. I will take the Mystique for the money. I'll take the Passion for the creativity. And we will add Restlessness before it turns into something dangerous. In the meantime, let's say we want to take our Hardened Physique. We would like to add 3 lessons learned, especially before they expire. And I will grow stronger yet. So that's 1 minute that gets locked up. However, I'm going to have more health, and I'm going to be able to work even faster as a result. What hungers drive us? Okay, there's the Furtive Truth. I definitely want that. A detail smuggled in from an adjacent narrative. Don't speak this where you may be overheard. Many of the dead enter the mansis through the White Door. They wander its corridors in silence until they are lost. Some embrace each other, some devour each other, some force their way into the dreams of the living. Few record their memories on mansis stone where it's soft. They scratch it with their nails, you see. Last night, I recorded one of those memories. So this will give us a location in the Shires. We're going to have to wait a minute for this. There's no point in taking the Hireling, because we can't afford it. And frankly, there are better things for me to do with those resources right now. And we have enough health, so I will go back through the White Door. And mirrors are calm, the sun is steady, the glory recedes. I'm saying if that means anything. And we have yet another vitality, so I can combine that into a lesson learned, but I don't think I can get any stronger after this. They will not forget the savor that I have given them. Clovette's determined happiness now borders on the fanatical. And at this point, again, we don't have any higher level heart, so we're going to throw Clovette right back in. And turn her into a proper disciple. The courier has arrived from our delight with a vial of their most holy blood. So this is an ingredient, but not a painting. So in terms of it, now again, it's 235 seconds. We have 315, so we need to do something with this delightful blood. I may try auctioning it just to see what happens. I could spend money on better paints, or perhaps I could find more exotic pigments. So this is worth remembering, if you click on the empty slot, it's going to tell you if there's anything that you can put in there, but in this case, we can't. I see the mistakes, but I can also see the end. My own heart pumps more strongly today, so we can turn this into a lesson learned if I'm so inclined. I don't know whether or not I'll want to or need to do that, though. This is work I can be proud of. With enough publicity, it will sell. Alright, the artist's reward. My recent work is considered significant. I may yet earn a living from this, but nothing is certain. So let's see exactly what the return on this was. So I'm always happy for the glimmering, although I'm not quite at the point where I can use it. We did raise our profile, so there's extra mystique, and we got 2 funds, so we didn't put any money into it. And we got 2 funds out of it, so good news overall. However, I am reaching the 20-minute mark, so in the next episode, we are going to... I think I'll make a quick trip to Moorlands. I'm going to double down on my reputation as a painter after that trip to Moorlands, and we'll see if we can start getting enough money to head towards our next expeditions. But until then, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you next week for the continued stories of Ike Upscribe, the Apostle Obsonate.